I started off my career as an auditor 15 years ago, and I'm a very proud graduate of NBS, the 2004 batch. KPMG is a multidisciplinary firm. We pride ourselves in delivering quality service to all our clients across the audit, tax and advisory spectrums. Quite a number of people out there think that we are just a mere accounting firm. We are actually a lot more than that, and we provide services across various fields in what we do and delivering value to our clients. I think in the university graduates, other than NBS as well as the other universities, what we look out for is firstly an inquisitive mind. We always believe that having an inquisitive mind is a very important fundamental feature for every applicant to have. Technical ability is also an important aspect of the applicant. I think the more important and the most key thing that any applicant or any graduate should have is an open mind. Because as you can probably see from the newspaper headlines these days, change is afoot, change is everywhere. We are in a very dynamic business world today. So having the ability to unlearn and relearn things is a very key attribute that we look for in graduates. The large majority of our graduates join KPMG and they start off in the audit function. Quite a number of them go to tax, and some of them go into consulting or in advisory. So the large proportion of our graduates move into the audit field. They gain 2 to 3 years worth of on-the-field experience, and thereafter take the SQP as well as qualify as a chartered accountant after 3 years of postgraduate experience. So thereafter, what they do is that they actually move on to other specific functional roles within KPMG or other fields that they may feel where their interests lie. I'd like to use an analogy. So I do not know how many of you are movie buffs out there. I'm a big Tom Cruise fan, and I remember the movie that he starred in called The Edge of Tomorrow. So the movie talks about this soldier who actually wears a very powerful exoskeleton that helps him deal with the alien enemies of the world in that movie. It's no different from us accountants. So what we have is the very basic core knowledge and fundamentals that we have when we graduate from university, and what we do is to layer on that machinery like the AI, the data analytics and the information technology tools that we have today to equip us to be a better accountant of the future. And also, how has the role changed? I think now we're starting to see clients demanding more insights, demanding greater coverage, demanding fresh perspectives. So when I started off 15 years ago, we used to audit large entities with armies of assistants ticking and bashing away. So that part of the work has sort of become mechanized. And what this means is that the auditor or the accountant of the future will need to actually take on a lot more analytical role, a lot more client-facing. So, for example, soft skills are still relevant today, and that is something that the machine can never replace, because at the end of the day, our clients still want a human face to deal with, regardless of how great the machinery is. So I think the fears are there, but it is something that we can overcome, and I believe that the profession is resilient enough to withstand these threats in order to ride the wave. The perspective of what an accountant is must change. So gone are the days when our parents' time where they used to have many armies of bookkeepers, accountants would just post journal entries. Those are low-lying fruits. Those will be expected to be taken on by machines. So what needs to happen is that the accountant of tomorrow will need to become a lot more business-minded. He will need to be exposed to a lot more different fields and disciplines outside his technical training, because the business world is changing. We are dealing with sustainability reporting, we're dealing with carbon pricing, we're dealing with fake news, we're dealing with cybersecurity. So these are all fields that exist on the peripheral abilities of what an accountant has. So the accountant would still be around, but to remain relevant, he must change. And at KPMG, we're very well prepared for that change. I think a very important thing is to have an open mind, always have an inquisitiveness to learn. I think the best way I see it are through my kids. So I have two kids, 9 and 7 years old, and I can tell you kids have the best minds because they are open all the time, very flexible. In fact, I'm actually teaching myself how to use coding along with my kids using Lego sets. So these are the kind of things that we probably will need to continuously do, unlearn and relearn and pick up new skills all the time. Because if we stay still, we will become irrelevant. Yes, I would. I remember in 2004, I was one of the first few beneficiaries of Project Discovery that NTU rolled out. What happened during those days were, applications of case studies, different ways of learning. And I would do it all again, but with a twist. I think I would do it with a data analytical twist because that would actually equip me to deal with the demands of the future. Clients require more insights. Businesses require more views, more perspectives. So with data analytics, that helps me to shed a different light and also cast a different view towards helping businesses grow. So I think that really is and will be the direction of the accountant of the future.